Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. I hope you all had an absolutely awesome weekend. And I'm up this morning with a DIY art bin design team haul. Now, if you saw my two videos last week, you will have seen that they too were design team hauls, but I managed to squeeze a project into each haul. And I've done exactly the same thing today, which means for the rest of the week and probably the week after, I'm going to be doing projects from these three hauls. So here we go. First up, and I did actually do my project with this one so we can measure this, and that is an extremely cute bunny, really easy to do, done in pastel colours on the website. I think on DIYARTBIN's page they're done in pink and mint green, I think. Don't quote me on that. Or yellow, one or the other, but I've done mine my way. So that is the first one. The next one is a seriously cute one, and that's a little bunny with his carrot, but once again it's something that has to be done. He's got a kind of like almost 3D face there that is going to pop onto here, because I can see his little whiskers, so that's going to be really nice to do. Peeking over something, probably peeking over that carrot. I will put all the links below so you'll know exactly what they look like. And then this one, I believe, is a lovebird. Yeah, not 100% sure. Got to go in search of that. I think it's vintage style looking at it, and it may be a kind of bluebird or something in a little top hat. So we're going to have to make that one. And I know people enjoy seeing the vintage ones. And then we got a really wacky looking bird who's holding a banner, and those are the ties off the banner. Then you've got hearts, and then you've got the word love in separate letters there that goes onto each of the hearts, and then he's kind of like got it swagged out between his wings, so that's a really cute one. And then next up, I believe these are like little chicks in a box of chocolates or something, so got to do that one. That one's more Valentine, lots of hearts. And then we've got a really sweet looking sassy poodle. Look at that, nose up in the air. Yeah, that's a little nose and the little ears, and then all of the fluffy bits, of course, need to go on top, and that's going to be a really cute poodle. I think that's the food. That's either a food bowl or a collar. Likely to be a collar. Yeah, I can see that. Got a little bag as well, so that one's going off shopping. So that's really cute. And then we've got a Valentine kitty cat, and that one's looking quite vintage to me as well. So another one to be made up. And that's the thing with paper piecing dies, really. You've got to make them to know how big they are. And then this one, I think, is Christmas. And it looks like two birdies. Two birds, one in a top hat and one in a kind of elfy Santa type hat, a stripy hat. So I'm pretty sure that that's a Christmas one. And then we have a Valentine cup, which is really, really cute. Lots of hearts. I think that's a cookie. You've got whipped cream. You've got a couple of leaves. You've got a little sprig with berries. So that's going to be really cute. Right, so on to my project. And that rabbit. And I hope my camera's not playing up. There we go. And that's what I did. Isn't that gorgeous? The background paper there is Meredith Cardell, and that is from Snap Click Supply, and it's one of her collections called This Year. And within that kind of collection that says this year, you kind of get Easter, spring, summer, winter, autumn. So those packs are just called This Year, and they are by Meredith Cardell. And what I did was I altered them for what I needed. This piece of paper doesn't have this on the bottom, so I just took this, cropped it in my design software, flipped it over and popped it down here. And then if you look at that, it's kind of like a little textured blue banner. Well, I couldn't achieve that, but I just did a blue stripe at the bottom all the way along it so that it felt a little bit like a floor. And I also creamed out by taking a colour sample from this one, take that bit of fluff off there, and inserting it in there and writing the word Hoppy Easter, which I quite like. If you haven't got digital papers, they're great. And Snap Click Supply every single Wednesday, and I'm always telling you, every single Wednesday they have a $1 day, and they just put up kits, and you can just add to them each week. Like you might get I don't know, sort of elements 1 for a paper pack, and then paper pack 5 to the same set, and you can buy those for $1. And then the next week it will be like elements 2 and paper pack 4, and you can just keep going until you've got the full set. And I keep mine in folders, and I also keep them on lots and lots of USBs, so that if anything ever happens to my computer, then I've still got a record of them. But you can, you know, sort of start mixing and matching different papers from different designers. And this one is Cosmo Cricket. So that little bit there is a totally different designer. And I used a little bit for that flower too. So it's just great fun. And I'm starting to find, I don't know about you, but a lot of stores are reducing the amount of paper pads they have anyway, and craft stuff in general. I've noticed they're cutting back. Everybody seems to be going towards electronic cutting machines, and I do have a Brother Scan and Cut, which has still got the cover on it. I do use it, but I just haven't, you know, sort of like dragged it out for about 2 years. So I need to plug it in and make sure it still works. But that's one of those things. But I did enjoy using it. It was, you know, just the cutting mats, but I can get all the cutting mats on AliExpress now and save an absolute fortune doing it that way. So anyway, I'll stop whittering and I'll show you. I did pink chalk for the cheeks and for the nose, and for the eyes, all you do, because they're small, they'll stay in the die. So if you flip your die over and you've got a black Sharpie marker, just, you know, swirly twirl around inside the die and you'll end up with the black pupil. So, you know, you don't have to be really delicate about it. There you go. So you almost get in a perfect circle when you're doing that. And then just layering up little white bits inside of the flowers. These were supposed to be separate and dotted in between. But as I said, you know, I was just doing my own thing, and I'm quite happy with that. So let's measure it. Right, go to the toppest ear. And I'm going to say that that is almost 4 inches. Let's try again. 3 7/8. That's how big that is. And I've just got fluff on my finger off something. But isn't that sweet? I just absolutely love that. Really easy to make. And for some reason, I just can't get rid of that. There we go. And I left the flower just floating, because it's just really nice when you get little textural pieces that you can play with. Love that. Love the little hand as well. Really easy to make, because as you can see, big chunky pieces. And I left everything complete because I just used white cardstock. So it was like the chalk on the ears and the cheeks and the nose, Sharpie marker in the eyes, and then I just used some of my Touch 5 to do that little bit of orangey and orangey lemon, and then do that sort of spring green. So that is what I have for you today. So tomorrow, up with those oxide inks from Panalisa, and I'm going to be demoing those to show you how nicely they blend and other things. And also somebody said, can you do a blend and compare them to the branded? So yes, let's do that. And that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Right. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me. And as usual, all links below. Bye.